Hey guys, Carlos here with Bearable Traders, and in this video I want to talk a little bit about FOMO and certain things you can do to try to avoid feeling the need to impulsively jump into a trade without first getting your signals. So one of the things that has worked for me greatly has been to wait that 5 minutes after the market open. If you're a new trader or you're a veteran trader, you know what it's like. After that bell rings, it's like a switch flips in your head and you immediately have or feel the need that you have to jump into a trade. But if you just sit back and you wait for that first 5 minutes to take place, there's a lot of information you're going to be getting from the market on the way the patterns and the charts are building. So for me, I have on one monitor about 6 stocks that are all listed on a 5-minute chart, and what I'm looking for here is a good open range setup, waiting for the candles to build nicely on that first 5 minute, and then on that second 5 minute I'm waiting for a good decent pullback that's going to provide me a good entry like we did today on JD. Now if you notice, several stocks today did that. Uber gave you a good open range breakdown, Hog gave you a good open range breakup, OK was a little bit choppy, and also PFE gave you a nice open range breakdown. So notice how many stocks give you opportunity, but some people jump in too early without getting their signal, therefore having that fear of missing out and getting into a bad situation very early on in the trading day, which eventually ends up sometimes snowballing into even bigger issues by making worse decisions in your trading. So if you're not waiting that first 5 minutes and right now after the market open, I suggest you give it a try, see how it works out for you, and definitely let me know in the comments below how that worked out. Also, if there's anything else that you're currently doing now that's helping you prevent the fear of missing out, definitely put it down in the comments below. We'd love to hear what strategy or techniques are you using to be able to control the fear of missing out. Let's get into this recap. So here was our watch list this morning. We had actually a very good watch list. Some of it didn't look so great at the very start of the morning of our pre-market prep around 8:30, but closer to the 9:15 and 9:30 time frame, things started to get a little bit better, building a good pre-market activity. Now JD here still did not have a great pre-market activity, but I seen JD have a bad pre-market activity and still put in a very good trading day. I mean, I've seen the last couple of days you guys have been taking some really good trades on JD. So I did not have it on my main watch list. I actually had it down here as a possible this morning, along with some other ones that were some good potential plays if any of these stocks were not trading well. So as on my other monitor, I was watching the main 6 stocks, but on the main monitor, which I take my trades, which is this one here, I was circling through our possibles and found that JD was putting in a very nice opening range breakdown on the candle here. And one of the things I liked about JD was this pullback that it put in here once the first 5-minute candle closed and it started selling back down. So I got in short here. Let me show you what the 1 minute looks like. Also, one thing about the 1 minute, you can see here how nice this formed. And there's a lot that's being said here in these couple of candles. This is why also waiting that 5 minutes, it's going to give you a better read on what the price action is actually doing. So JD sells up, sells back down, sells up, sells back down. In that process, is making lower highs every single time, right? Once it goes below the VWAP, you can tell here it's becoming pretty weak for the moment. I think I called it out. Actually, I did call it out in the chat room, saying that JD looks a little bit weak. A few minutes later, we got this nice pullback, and I got in for short in here, and it dropped down nicely. The minute it dropped down, I took some profits as it was making newer lows. Here, this partial here was a little bit not immature, but I had a feeling that, if the SPY starts rallying up, this stock can squeeze and go higher, right? We had a nice gap down yesterday from a lot of stocks that were trading with the SPY and dropped down. So I figured that today, if the SPY goes up, these stocks that probably had no business gapping down can squeeze easily. So I took some more off here, took more as they made even a newer low, and was very aggressive in my profit taking, expecting this squeeze. I was expecting that today, some of these stocks are already beat up yesterday with the market being down. We're probably going to have a nice day today or a possible squeeze. In here, guys, I did not time this. This was actually a limit order for the rest of the shares I have left. I put that order right at 37.70, slightly above the previous day close, and I'm so glad I did. It got filled right on. It looks like it just came down just to get me, and then from there, it turned into a beautiful reversal trade. So again, just give you another example here that if you miss an open range breakup like this one, look how beautiful this reversal is. So you have a nice reversal here back up to VWAP. You also have a nice ABCD pattern forming here on the one, which looks a lot even cleaner on the 5. You got your ABCD. This could have been a great entry also for long. And again, if you look at other stocks, as we mentioned earlier, Uber was another one that was a great open range breakdown as well. If you waited 5 minutes here, you could have got into a beautiful entry here. Hog was another one that was also very clean. You can see here, this is a beautiful open range breakup as well. And the best part about this is not the candle, it's this pullback you get. This is a great pullback. The minute this price action starts coming down, on the way back up is where you want to get in for an entry to break the high of the day and head higher. So again, a lot of opportunities, guys. Hopefully you had an amazing day and you took advantage of some of the stocks that were in play today. Look forward to see what the market is going to do tomorrow. The last couple of days we have been getting some really good watch lists. We've been able to actually put one entire watch list, our main watch list, and some really good possibles. We had some earnings today. Starbucks, I believe, was on earnings. I believe Apple was as well. I think hit 52-week high, if I'm not mistaken. So again, looking forward to see what tomorrow is going to bring. See you guys then, 8:30 Eastern time for the pre-market prep. Take care, guys.